Good morning, friends. Welcome back to my channel. Rohini here. Very cozy. Can you feel it? It's early. I think it's like 7 a.m. Have my coffee. The morning light is coming up over the hillside behind me and coming through the window. Sage is out with Jasper doing the morning chores, and I thought I would take this time to sit down and just talk. I've left a lot of like cliffhangers with where my heart is at spiritually lately, and I just am wanting to talk about it and share more because I've gotten so many questions, and it's such a deep and meaningful topic that I want to have like presence and quiet time to really go into. That's been a little bit harder to come by these days, so I'm gonna take that time now. Just want to say thank you for watching and for all your support. Wherever you found me on my journey, you've seen me go through a lot of different phases, as we all do. You know, that is the process of life. Right? And I offer my words and my story as my own experience, as my own understanding of truth. Also, I'm sorry about my voice. I'm a little bit sick. I've been putting it off, kicking it down the road. Sage and Jasper were sick last week, and now it seems that I am a little bit sick also. This video is such a big topic, and so much more to share. You know, like this is just my, I guess, introduction. As some of you have seen, if you follow me on Instagram, and you saw that I got baptized a few months ago. That might have been a shock to some people, or not. I myself am really blown away by the amount of friends and people from all different stages of life who are walking with Jesus recently. It's really interesting. I was raised in a yogic tradition, kind of form of Hinduism, and then I went very like new agey, and then went kind of like shamanistic, and then I practiced and learned and taught Japanese art of Reiki, and then kind of went into like more like pagan rituals of just like being the seasons and herbs, and then just wanted I just wanted simplicity. It kept getting more and more simple, like, okay, I just want simplicity, I want simplicity, I want simplicity. And then Jesus found me. And it all makes sense. And I don't have any I'm grateful for my path and all the other experiences I've had. Yeah, it takes everyone a different way to get there. I think the main like overarching theme of this video is this quote I heard recently: "The man with an argument is always at the mercy of a man with an experience." And that is why I am walking with Jesus and choosing him as my teacher. Walking with Christ, walking with the Lord, is because of my experiences with him, like direct, powerful experiences. Because once you have an experience with God that just like moves you to a puddle of love and goo, and you're just like melted at the sheer love of God. It's like, okay, it's not casual, and I couldn't go back to life without him, basically. And that is it's a beautiful thing, and I wasn't necessarily like seeking Jesus. We moved here in Tennessee, and everyone pretty much is Christian around here, and there's churches on every corner. Religion is big around here, and sometimes beneficially, sometimes not, sometimes harmfully, but there definitely is that just Jesus is around here. Like when you check out at the grocery store, the cashier says, "God bless you." And everyone in conversation talks about the Lord, and it's like, it's really interesting. And I kind of always looked at it from an outside perspective of like, wow, that's really beautiful. All these people love God and just talk about God so openly. Like, that's really cool, really interesting. But there's so many things about religion and about Christianity that I didn't understand, and I didn't feel like it aligned with my values and my own experiences at that point. And it was what's really wild is that now I can reflect on the poetry and the prayers that I was praying right when Alina died. If anybody has my poetry book, Excruciating Bliss, then you can you can see it. But a lot of the poems in there are like I feel like those are poems I was writing to Jesus, but I didn't even know it. Like, they're so direct, and a lot of the language is language that's in the Bible, and I hadn't even read the Bible when I was writing those poems. So it's like, what? Like, my title of the book is Excruciating Bliss. I just recently learned the word excruciating comes from the word crucifix. Like, that's the root of that word. There's a poem I wrote that said, I prayed for this holy crucifixion whose form I cannot choose. Dear God, let the path open to me. Dear God, let the path open. And I wrote that like literally just destroyed by grief. Like I was on my hands and knees, just desperate for help. If anybody's been in that situation, you know it's not a logical, like that wasn't my logical mind writing that. That was my like my soul, my heart of hearts, my like innermost being was just begging for God's help because I felt like everything, my whole entire world was shattered. But I wrote, I prayed for this holy crucifixion whose form I cannot choose, never reading the Bible at that point. And there's so much now I've learned about like just the symbolism of carrying your cross and dying to your cross daily and all these things. So it's really fascinating, but there's a lot of just like tidbits of how I feel like Jesus was wanting to be with me, and I wasn't open to him for a while because I had all these preconceived judgments of what that looked like and what it meant to be Christian. Like I had so many judgments of being Christian because of, I mean, honestly, like how I was raised and just the culture. It's like not cool to be a Christian, which is so silly. Like it doesn't matter what's cool, it matters what fulfills your heart and helps you live a happy life. But yeah, it seemed like from the outside I thought it was kind of like Christianity wasn't getting the whole picture. Like it's really beautiful, they love Jesus, but there's so much else going on that I felt like wasn't captured within Christianity. And I've come to the understanding now that it's more like religion, like the religion that kind of maybe puts you in a place where you feel like you have to go through a pastor, you have to go through a minister, you have to go through someone to have time with the Lord, with God. And that's not the case. I'm kind of jumping all around, but so I want to go back to what I said about, you know, the man with an experience. A man with an argument is always at the mercy of a man with an experience. And so I wasn't really necessarily seeking Jesus, but he was there. He was seeking me. He was there with me. Oh my God. So beautiful. It's funny because I'm trying to share this video because I know I have people coming from a very spiritual, like new age lens, and then I probably have some people who are coming from more of a Christian, raised Christian, or maybe that didn't feel good for you, like maybe you have some religious trauma, and then also maybe some people who've never had an experience with God. And I'm like, I want this video to be welcoming because like, yeah, God loves everybody, and he like just wants to be with everyone, no matter where you're at. Oh my God. Okay. I don't know how to make this video casual. It's not casual. So I had a friend who I never, like, she's my friend now, but at the point I never met her. I met her 3 weeks after Alina passed, and she later told me that she's very like, she sees a lot. She told me later that when she met me, she felt like I had just gotten out of walking in a garden with Jesus. That's what she said. And I was like blown away by that because that was the peak of the grief. That's when I'm writing those poems, and someone else perceives that Jesus is like walking with me in my grief, which I feel like he really was and is. So something just started to shift when I'm grieving, I'm desperate. And then Jasper comes along, and his birth was so heavenly and such an answered prayer. Right before his birth, I had a moment where I was extremely scared. I was extremely scared of him dying, of me dying. Like all of the worst case scenarios were just like really rattling me because of what I experienced with Alina. And I all of a sudden was scared of birth, even though I had had a wonderful birthing experience with Alina. And I was praying in the bathtub, very, very earnestly praying, and I just heard, like, just loud. I heard it so loud. I was praying for help with getting over my fear of death, of birth, of like just wanting to feel peace. And I heard so loud, accept this gift that's freely given, meaning like Jasper's healthy and I'm giving him to you, and just accept it. Like, there's nothing you need to do or not do. Just accept this gift. Like, trust that I'm giving him to you, putting him in your hands, and just like take the gift. And I heard that so loud, and once I latched onto it, and I'm like, accept this gift that's really given. Once I really latched onto that, my whole body just filled with peace. My fear was completely gone, and it never came back. Like, going into that, I was scared of birthing. After that, I was like just absolutely trusting in the experience and what it would be, and I was trusting that Jasper was healthy. And that was the case. I had a wonderful birth with Jasper, and that moment in the bathtub was very significant. I was like, wow, that was really specific. And that was a really powerful, like, state shift. My entire state shifted. My fear was completely gone. I had supernatural peace, like, truly flood over my being. And I didn't do anything. It was a prayer, and it was just an answered prayer. It was communicating with God. And so that shifted things. And Jasper just brought Jesus. When Jasper was very little, I had a moment. I was walking outside with him on my chest, and just feeling like I needed a closer relationship with God. I needed that spiritual practice, like, in my daily life, because I've always been a spiritual seeker. If you follow me for a while, you know that I've gone through so many different, like, paths and traditions and practices, and like just trying to find that communion, ultimately trying to find my identity. Who am I in this world? What's my core being? What's my purpose? What's my value? I missed that in my daily life. When I was grieving so hard, I kind of was like, that's what I did every day, was just sit with my grief and work with it and try and heal. But with Jasper's born, I'm like, okay, I have this inkling's coming back in my heart where I need something every day to turn to. And so I was walking outside on the driveway thing I'm looking at right now, and I just said out loud, like, Jesus, I don't really get it. I said this out loud. I don't get it. I don't know what it means when people say, like, Jesus died for my sin. I don't understand that at all. But I feel like you want to know me, and I'm open to knowing you too. I said that out loud. And I'm like, so if you want me to understand this, like, just show me the way, and I am open to it. I'll listen to whatever you're trying to tell me. And I said that out loud, and from that point, like, everything changed a lot. Like, so many just teachings were coming my way, books were coming my way, people were coming my way, YouTube videos, Instagram videos, things were just like coming. And I kept my prayer, kept being over and over, like, God, show me what you want me to learn about you. Like, direct me there. Like, your voice that you want me to hear, not any lies, not any, like, condemnation, not any religious trauma hovering over something. Like, just direct me where you want me to go. And so beautiful, like, just stunning. I just sit with my Bible and be like, okay, Lord, like, what do you, not even Lord, like, I didn't use that term. I'm, okay, God, like, where do you want me to go? And I would just flip around, or I'd hear something, never, like, didn't know any of the chapters, but I'm like, okay, what even is that? And try to find it in the Bible, and it's a perfect message for what I need that day. Just very, yes, all of it so spirit-led, which, like, you know, Jesus says worship in spirit and in truth. Like, that's spirit, the spirit. That is how we are transformed, I believe. Two other experiences that really, like, locked it in for me that I can notice and point out is, one, there was just this overwhelm. I, like, said it out loud, like, God, I want to feel you close to me. And it was like the entire room, I was by myself with Jasper sleeping, the entire room shifted. Like, everything got glowy and, like, crystalline, and just, like, like honey. Like it felt like the air was honey, and the sunset was just golden and red and pink and like just gorgeous. And I just was flooded with love, like more love than I've ever felt, from all sides, from inside, from outside, from everywhere. It was just like love, 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 love pulsing. And I just started weeping, like weeping. I like bent over just weeping at this, like, oh my God, like, is this, like, this is how much God loves me? Like, this is what we're talking about here? That's like, it was so stunning. I could never forget it. And it was one of those moments that just shifted, like changed everything. And it's like, okay, well now I'm reading the Bible, I'm trying to commune with Jesus, and this is an experience that I'm having. Like, clearly there's something to this, you know, because in the past I would think that I would have to meditate for 3 hours, recite certain whatever, or, you know, do plant medicine or do breath work or something. I'd have to do something to receive a really cool spiritual experience, a memorable spiritual experience. But now all I'm doing is just asking, and it's coming. Like, interesting, interesting that is the case. And it's asking with an earnest and open heart, which is the shift. But anyway, so that was a big moment. Another big moment was I was sitting and praying, and Jasper was taking a nap with my Bible, and I don't even know like exactly how it happened, but I think I must have asked to like understand the separation of like how did we, kind of the concept of sin. I'm like, I don't really understand it. I want to understand it. And I was just rocked with what I understand and I experience as God's absolute sorrow to not know us and to not be in relationship with us. I was sitting there praying and it was just like this just the worst sorrow. Like, it was not something I have felt exactly like that. It was this longing, this like aching, longing, burning, sorrowful love. Like, where are you? Like, why did you leave me? Where are you? I love you. Like, come back. Like, it was so intense. And again, I was weeping, and I'm like, oh, like my heart was physically aching. And it was just this like, this is what, like, I want you. I want your heart. I want to be with you in relationship with you. Like, you're my beloved creation, and it makes me so sad to not be with you. And that, like, sin, separation from God, when you're making choices that are not aligned with the love of God ultimately, like, it's just that separation. And it like hurt to feel that separation. And that was a big shifting moment of like, whoa, okay. And then another one was I'm trying to like break it down a little bit because there's so many things, but I feel like just sharing my experience is the best way to go. What really locked in, like, Jesus and the cross and that concept, because again, it felt so foreign. I'm like, what do you mean he died on the cross for our sins? Like, I don't understand. That didn't mean anything to me logically. But I had an experience. Again, Jasper, it was at night. I was like asleep. Jasper and Sage were asleep, and I was woken up. It was a whole thing. Don't really want to share too much about it, but my whole life I've had night terrors, really intense and very sensitive to the spiritual realm, to all kinds of things. And I've had some wild experiences as well. And I was woken up, and it was like, it was spiritual warfare straight up. And it's not, depending on your background, maybe you'll have different thoughts or judgments about that, but I was asleep, everyone was asleep, and it was like I had made a really bold claim that day about how safe I felt with Jesus spiritually. Like, I felt so protected, and I said that out loud in a way that was kind of like okay, let's test this sort of thing. And that's what happened. Woken up, and it was just like battle, like spiritual warfare battle going on up here, which maybe sounds wild or weird or whatever, but that was my experience. And what finally, I was praying all these things, I was asking for help, I was, you know, reciting the Lord's Prayer. I'm like, okay, you know, trying to navigate it. And what really what finally made all of this darkness and these like arrows I was seeing like literally flaming arrows. I was perceiving this like battlefield was basically locking on to the cross, and I could see the cross like illuminated in this just like vibrant glowing light. And when I like held on to it, I felt this just protection around me in this spiritual battlefield. It's hard to explain, but and this is completely sober. I was asleep, my baby's next to me, my husband's next to me. I did not ask for this, it just happened. And once I locked onto that, and it's like, oh, okay, this is really powerful, this protection and this essence. It's the like pure love. He gave himself because he loves us so much. Like, that's just a concept that's like, what? It's hard to wrap your mind around. But after I had that experience, I was like, oh, okay, like I get that now. I have something that I know in my own body, in my own like being, that feels true. And so I love wearing my cross because it feels like protection. And I have a whole bunch of other things that have happened since then. He's a help. He's such a help. He's such a he just wants to help us all. He's this loving guide, and he's such a beautiful protector. The Bible it's like opening up, it's unlocking. It's like I'm finding so much truth in it, and it's like these beautiful sayings that are just like, yeah, resounding truth. Walking along and something's happening, I'm having some experience or some negative thoughts or something, and all of a sudden a verse will come in that I didn't even really realize I read, that feels like the perfect, like, you know, balm or comfort for that moment, or a teaching moment. It's it is alive. Like I do feel that it is alive, and it's very powerful. I'm just obsessed with seeking the heart of God. I really am, and I have been forever, but like my main interest since I became an adult is like seeking spiritual truth. And it's just a really beautiful story because I didn't necessarily, like, he pursued me, you know, and I believe God's pursuing all of us. God, the search of our hearts, knows fully our longings. Like, he loves us all, everyone. Somebody else I like to learn from is Baxter Kruger. Again, these guys are pretty like out there in terms of Christian. I really gravitate towards like Christian mystics. I love reading the old Christian mystics, Julian of Norwich, Saint Hildegard, John of the Cross. Who else? There's so many people, but I have Saint Athanasius, Saint Iraneus, I think is how you say it. I have a bunch of books, and I love reading like the early church fathers, the Christian mystics, Saint Francis, of course. They're just, because they're speaking often about this like radical, dizzying, intoxicating, like vibrant, ecstatic love of God. Like, oh, that's like, I'm into that. I love that. He wants to celebrate with us. He loves the joy. He loves our joy. He loves our celebration. And there is such a place that can be accessed that is just vibrant, like love. I just want to sit in it all day. Oh my gosh. So I guess it's already quite long. I guess to end it out, it's like, it's very clear to me that I'm here to be of service to other people. Like, we're here to help, and like that's Jesus's teachings. He is his only commandment, his new commandment is love others as I have loved you. And I learned that love, the Greek word, translates to other-centered, self-sacrificing love, and that's his heart, that's his teaching. It's like focusing on helping others, and I resonate with that so much, and just believe that with my whole heart. There's a lot of like, ultimately I think our goal is to find peace and fulfillment and joy in our own existence, just contentment in our own existence, not needing something outside of us to fulfill us, to give us meaning. And I think our culture is very different from that. Our culture is very much like, get this, and then you'll be happy, or just follow your bliss. That's a big thing. Follow your bliss, and then you'll be happy. But like, it's a fickle road. There's always another thing to follow. If you're looking outside of yourself. I could talk about this forever, but I am just so grateful for my journey, and yeah, for the love of God. Quickly, some like resources that I found very helpful. Looking at different translations of the Bible and like comparing them all together, I found really helpful. Like I have ESV, I have TPT, I have NRV, but TPT, the Passion Translation, is my most favorite. I read it a lot. I also like the Amplified version as well. And when I'm reading a passage and I'm trying to like really understand it, I go in and look at all the Greek words and their meanings, and then like piece together something like the word for saved means sozo, which means made whole, which is a pretty interesting distinction. So there's so many things like that the picture becomes more clear. We have more context. Found that very helpful. Damon Thompson, I love learning from him. Depending on where you are in your walk or what your preferences are, he might not jive with you. He's pretty out there, which I love. And yeah, Damon Thompson's great. I have been listening to some Jesus Image, Pastor Michael Koulianos or something. I love their worship music. Their music's so beautiful. And I've learned as well from Everyday Church in Minneapolis. I did some, like, they have some kind of classes online I did at the beginning, which I found helpful as a beginner understanding the Bible. Yeah, but I just go deep. Like, if I don't understand something, I'm like, okay, let's just study it, seek to understand it more deeply, and ask for clarity. So yeah, it's just beautiful. And that's all. Like, that is my wish, my prayer for everyone, is that they find something that makes their heart feel just like warm and loved and held, and that they feel like they belong, and that they have value and purpose innately. Like, they don't have to do anything to have belong. They don't have to do anything to have meaning. Just simply being is like a gift. Yeah. So that's that. And wherever you're at on your path, I bless you and I love ya. And I'm gonna end this video out. Thank you for listening. I know there's more. If you have questions, leave them down below. I'm gonna, on my Substack, I just kind of redid my Substack. I'm uploading there on my Substack weekly, and I'm gonna do a like mini podcast on there. I've had a lot of requests to start my podcast again, so I'm sort of combining formats. So if you are a paying subscriber, it's $5. You can send in questions to me, and I'm gonna record them and answer them to the best of my ability. Not that I'm an expert on literally anything, but since I've been getting asked to share it, I wanted to have that organized place, because sometimes I get emails and DMs and they just get lost in the weeds. So if you want to ask me more questions, more deep questions, Substack would be the best place to do that. Thank you. Thanks for listening, and I will see you soon. Bye. Mwah.